How do I ask my boss to work remotely? Many would love to just avoid the commute to and from work every day, and rather work remotely a few days a week or even full-time, but are afraid to ask. So we will address the question. How do I ask my boss to work remotely? Here are 8 essential tips on how to ask your boss to work remotely. Number 1. Outline steps to create a viable plan to present when asking your boss to work remotely full-time. Number 2. Explain your reasons for requesting to work remotely and the specific nature of your request. Number 3. Discuss your work track record in a way that shows you are capable of handling the responsibilities that come with working from home. Number 4. Outline a specific schedule that you plan to follow while working remotely. Number 5. Propose how you plan to keep in contact with all necessary parties including clients, managers, and team members. Number 6. Discuss any costs that may be associated with your working remotely, such as new technology and software. Also, make it clear who will be responsible for paying for it. Number 7. Include specific steps you will take to remain accountable to your manager and your team. Number 8. Outline every benefit that you anticipate working remotely will have for your organization. Include at least 3 unique advantages. Convince your boss in ways by asking yourself these questions. Number 1. Are there any special things you use every day that you only have in your office or that you can only handle on your office network? Number 2. Do you have the tools you need to get the job done? For example, printers and mobile phones, landlines, stable internet environments, etc. Number 3. Is there a good place to work? Number 4. Is there a multifunctional remote access server machine, VPN, remote desktop, etc. for files, network shares, and information that cannot be accessed on the internet other than the office? Number 5. Do you have an office laptop or solid desktop that you can work at home, with the OS, tools, and utilities you need to work downloaded? Once you've confirmed that you have a practical working environment at home, it's time to determine if your job isn't like you're sitting at your desk under the supervision of a manager. Rather, your manager needs to see that you're value based on your work performance. The latter is more likely to convince your boss. Unfortunately, many bosses believe that they can't manage or assess productivity without seeing them actually working. Therefore, in the case of such a boss, there are cases where it does not work no matter how well you prepare the environment for working from home. Similarly, if you work in a shift system, or if you have to come to work for some reason, for example, retail, customer service, physical labor such as warehouse agglomeration, it may be difficult to work from a distance. Start under special circumstances. You need to come up with a solution for how working remotely can work before you ask your boss to work from home. It's a good idea to work out a suggestion not only for you, but also for those who want to do the same thing in the same department in the future. You may start at a level below your expectations of working at home only in special circumstances, such as in bad weather. However, if this is the case, you should negotiate immediately. For example, you may ask to work from home when it is snowing, or on days when you just don't feel like driving to work. For example, you can work stress-free at home when you have a lot of documents to submit and you want your own space. With that in mind, it's better to lower the hurdle a little than to be unable to work at home at all. If you can take the time to prove that you can demonstrate sufficient productivity and reliability without being watched by your boss, even if it is not a special circumstance, it will not be too much trouble to ask for more. Your boss already knows that you can be trusted, and you established a trusted relationship. What is the best way to communicate? One of the concerns of bosses about their subordinates working from home is the inability to communicate effectively. Addressing the question yourself before your boss makes that concern can help to lower the obstacle to convincing your boss. Make sure you clearly outline how you will stay in contact and how your manager will be able to reach out to you and even monitor so. When you make a suggestion, come up with a solution that allows your boss to do so without extra work on his part. Otherwise, he may simply not allow you to work remotely since it means more work for him to supervise you. To resolve these concerns, you should consult with your boss in advance and actually change your telecommuting plan. Get in touch at the beginning and end of work. You can satisfy your boss by reporting on the phone what happened during the day and what you did in the day. Communicate using video chat. You can use Google Hangouts, Skype, or send a short IM, instant message, to allow your manager to check your work status, and it won't take long. With video chat, it's easy to prove that you're not oversleeping, and that you're not messing around and watching TV all when you're supposed to work. Being in touch quickly is also a weapon that makes it easier for your boss and other employees in the company to accept that you are the only one working at home. In addition, this also leads to reliability in telecommuting itself. Unfortunately, many offices still don't recognize you as working unless you're at your office desk. But in itself, it is the number one obstacle to telecommuting. Use your time at home meaningfully. Needless to say, the best way to get permission to work from home is to do a great job when you work at home. So instead of spending time commuting, you can use your original commuting time to check your email during the day. Or start work earlier than usual. Since you don't have to commute back home in the evening, you can use that time to report your day's achievements to your boss. However, be careful. Having someone working away from the office can affect the productivity of the team of colleagues who normally commute to work. Working at home may be comfortable for you, but for other employees, it's harder to ask quick questions about the job you're in charge of, or to ask for advice. This is especially true if you have experience in your field and others need your know-how. Perhaps you begin with working out from any office once weekly, or observe how it goes for the complete week or two until the boss gets their final choice. This trial period can be an opportunity for you and also your manager to determine which works and what will not work whenever you are not at any workplace, and it's the opportunity for one to exercise some kinks. Going out of being at work every day, or even the majority of the time, to scarcely ever seeing your coworkers is a significant shift. Even though I am a major supporter with this lifestyle, your boss might not be aboard 100%. However, if you are respectful and thorough, you could just receive the solution you are searching for.